Hey guys, it is Dr. Moe, and welcome to the very first episode of the Dr. Moe Show. I had two other podcasts before and separated it into the patient side and the provider side. You will find all of those episodes now in the backlog in a separate playlist on YouTube at watchdrmo.com. But this is going to Apple Podcasts, and it'll also be on YouTube at Watch Dr. Moe. What this podcast does is it helps successful professionals who feel stuck and burned out find their way back to a fulfilling life. Now, here's the kicker. Fulfilling life does not just mean, oh, it's all about getting your body in shape. It's about getting your mind in shape. It's about getting your bank account in shape. Think of this as a table, right? If our table is missing a leg, it cannot stand. It doesn't have a leg to stand on. So that's what I do. Having spent over 25 years as a life coach, before life coaching was even a thing, I have encountered countless individuals who, despite their success, feel disconnected from their true potential and actually feeling that success. I create a space with my clients and here with you on this podcast where we explore practical strategies, inspiring stories. We will have experts come on board to give their insights to help you overcome burnout and make meaningful progress. Today's episode, though, I just want to share a bit about my own journey, what inspired me to start Dr. Moe coaching. I felt stuck, and actually I didn't know how stuck I was. So back in late 2021, my grandmother died. And after having watched her decline for quite a while, physical, mental, intellectually, she was still very sharp, almost unfortunately, because as the other things failed, fears got larger, her physical capability got smaller in preventable ways. And it was very difficult. And I looked down the barrel of my life and I thought, am I going to be able to do this for 20 more years? I was working as a full-time emergency medicine nocturnist. What that means is that I worked overnight. I had been doing so since medical school. I love to work nights in the ER. Whenever I work, I only work at night. But I started to think, is this all I'm going to do? And even though I did it well, I cultivated very good sleep patterns. I was working on, as of mid 2022, I was working on getting a handle on my own metabolic health, which I did. And we have protected sleep in our house. So I was sleeping 7 hours a day in between shifts. I was flipping well, relatively well, or so I thought. But I needed more. I needed to take these wishes and dreams I had on the side that were pulling at my soul, and I wanted to make them into more. So as I started to become better at my own physical health, better at my job as a physician, better as a professional wellness source where I was trying to help the health of the group that I was in, the physician group that I was in, things started to morph. And I had more and more people ask me, can you help me? Whether it was, can you be my doctor? I don't know, maybe. Or can you help me as a coach? I don't need the medical care, but I need the coaching side. I need the mindset. And my success map framework works on mindset, accountability, and practicality. So you can do all the mindset work you want, but unless you have your feet on the ground, it's not going to change anything, right? The world does not reward busyness. The world rewards productivity and how much value you are putting into the world. So as I began to put more value into the world, more people came to ask me, can you help me? And I kept going. So Dr. Moe Coaching was born, and it is officially in full force. But it also made me see a very clear line between people who are ready to change and people I was trying to convince to be ready to change. So a lot of you on this podcast are going to be in that latter category. You're like, I don't know how to change. I don't want to change. What are you talking about? Maybe I could change. And that's why we're here, right? This is an exploration, how you can possibly start to crack open that door and let the light in, how you can change from a traditional career to a non-traditional career, or partially, right? We still need doctors. We still need lawyers. We still need people with their hands and feet on the ground performing tasks. But what if I can keep you in that job for 10 years longer at half the time without a drop in income? And in fact, more financial independence than you had before working full-time. That's the goal, right? Building a life you don't need to vacation from. So that's what we explore here. What does your life look like if it's a life you don't need a vacation from? So We dive into my core principles that guide my coaching practice, right? We will do that in future episodes. That, like I said, it includes mindset. We do a lot of mindset work. I have a ton of practical strategies, whether it is hiring help, to business relationships, to financial resources. And these are financial resources for dummies, right? I tell my staff all the time, remember, we need to make this system idiot proof, and I'm the idiot. Because in order to make a system that is clear to everyone, and I would have in high school been voted least likely to create a successful system. My brain is like a tornado, right? It's like a snow globe up here. We got to let that stuff settle so we can see. To create a simple system, yet an effective system, has been a journey for me, right? Much like transitioning, probably about the same amount of time, transitioning from a traditional career to a non-traditional, or what would be considered a non-traditional career, took me about 18 months to 2 years. My goal for you in this podcast and what I do in my coaching in depth is to help give you insight to compress those 2 years into 6 months, 3 months, 1 month for the lucky ones, right? Really, it's not luck, it's hard work, but you get what I'm saying. So grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's go. Because we will have experts coming in, right? I'm going to have nurse practitioners. I will have other physicians, physician coaches. I will have people not in healthcare who have hit that burnout pain point and moved beyond it, or entered into non-traditional careers, authors, speakers, coaches. And I don't just train people to be coaches, right? I've been with those coaches who just train, they're trained coaches. I don't do that. And unless you want to be a coach, completely valid. But what I do is I inspire people. I walk with you. We develop strategies. We bat ideas back and forth on what it is that feeds your soul, what it is that lights you up. And then we go from there and we run. We just run. What are we going to do? Let's stay consistent. Let's see the results, pivot if we need to, but let's get some traction under us and get some stability. Remember that table, right? You've got health, you've got your bank account, and you got your relationships. You can't be a jerk at home and consider that table standing. How do we improve all of these things? That's what we talk about. We talk about health. We talk about nutrition. I'm also a nutritionist. Oh yeah, I never went over this. So I am a physician, emergency medicine trained, currently have a lifestyle medicine practice that I founded, serial entrepreneur, double digits companies over the years. I honestly don't know how many. Currently, my endeavors include a software company for electronic medical records, and I have been a life coach for over 25 years. Like I said, since before it was a thing. I'm a certified sports nutritionist. I was a triathlon coach for over 10 years. Still do. I just don't hold the certification any longer. I only do it for a very few select clients. I was an athletic trainer, certified athletic trainer on the sidelines I held that certification for 26 years. I do lots of fun stuff. That's like the professional resume though, which isn't quite as fun as I'm an inspirer and a problem solver. So on this podcast, that is my goal. Thank you for joining me for episode number 1 of the new Dr. Moe Show. Be sure to like and subscribe. You can head over and follow me on Instagram at Dr. Moe Gibbons for updates and inspiration. So until next time, take care and we will chat soon.